Okay, everyone, I dropped off the big fat check yesterday. This is happening. My surgery is scheduled for February 1st. Stay tuned and I will tell you all the details. But subscribe if you really want to follow my face surgery and healing, because I'm going to be documenting everything in YouTube Shorts. I won't be able to do long form videos for a couple weeks, but I will be documenting everything in YouTube Shorts. And stay tuned to hear all about it. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Michelle Spieler, number 25-year professional makeup artist. I come from the Hollywood industry. I now live on the East Coast, and I'm also the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of over 20 videos on mature technique, ranging in all different types of budgets. So you can always click a link. Any video I ever do here on YouTube, there is always a link to my Mature Makeup Masterclass. If you're new to YouTube and you don't understand how that works, you have to click on the title of the video for whatever you're watching, click the title and a menu drops down. That works across the board. Anyone on YouTube, click the title of the video, a menu drops down, okay? And that's where I keep all of my links. Today it will say sponsored. This video is not sponsored, but I have to go by YouTube rules. And if anything has been given to me, even if no one's paying me, but even if it's PR, I have to put sponsored. And today I'm using quite a bit of PR as I get ready and tell you about my upcoming surgery. Today I'm talking all about my upcoming surgery. I will start off by saying I'm really having kind of a rough time physically coming off of that Diet Dr. Pepper. I have not had a Diet Dr. Pepper since maybe December 30th. I don't even think I had one on New Year's Eve. I've had 3 double espressos this morning, okay? 3 double espressos. And I feel about as dull as a rock. I mean, I can't really think straight. I'm trying to drink a lot of water. Water's good for your brain. It helps wake you up. It's not working, so bear with me. But today, let's talk about my surgery. I'm a little overwhelmed. My surgery is on February 1st. I found a person here in Charlotte that I'm going to. He was highly recommended. Anyway, I'll get started and I'll tell you more about it. Okay, so I ordered this typology because I see it all over Instagram and TikTok. It's a skin tint. It's made in France. Yeah, it's made in France. And my friend Amanda loves it. And if you know my friend Amanda Hills, she has amazing skin. She's a lot younger than me, but she has amazing skin. We'll give her that. She works hard. So I said, I'm going to try this. I tried it yesterday in a TikTok and I absolutely loved it. I loved it and I felt really cute all day. Felt really cute. It comes with this little dropper and, you know, it's hard to say how much you'll need, but I have on my skincare, I have on my SPF, and I pat it, right? Because if I rub, sometimes I can rub off skin from using retinaldehyde every night. Okay. See how that just kind of evens me out without, look at that close up. So you can still see all of my sunspots and freckles peeking through, but no one's got close to our face in real life. I mean, not really, right? So see from back here how nice that looks? Keep in mind too, you know, when I'm on YouTube and when I'm on TikTok, I have professional lighting. I have 2 windows that I'm facing and I have a beautiful professional light from, it's called the makeup light. I have 2 of them. There's one over here, but I don't have that one on today. I don't feel like it. It's too bright. So it floods a lot of flaws. It really floods a lot of flaws, but you know, there's my dents. There's my sun damage. I'm getting more and more freckles on my forehead. You know, here's my lines because I don't Botox up here. I don't Botox at all. I use Dysport. And I did a TikTok on Botox Dysport 101. I really recommend starting right here, just right here, where we get those really deep lines and they can make us look tired. They can make us look cross with people. So when you flatten this out, now the lines don't go away. You can still see my lines, right? And sometimes I wear frownies at night, and sometimes I even wear the Pacifica silicone patch, but it flattens it out. And you really feel more youthful when that's flattened out. And I can still move my forehead, so I still have expression. It's just this stays nice and flat. That's how I recommend you start if you're thinking about it. And this little amount right here costs about $187, and you need it 3 times a year, maybe 4 times a year, depending on how quickly it wears off. I will say this, they are saying for people who got the jab, Botox and Dysport are not lasting as long. And this is like in studies, like these are science journals coming out with this information. This isn't like propaganda. I've even had women say, oh my gosh, it used to last 3-4 months and now it's lasting like a month at the most. Yeah. So just know that. Okay. Okay. So I have the typology all over my face. I really, really love it. And then I got their concealer. I was taking a real gamble with this because, oh, and I'm type 2, Claire, tinted serum, type 2 light. So number 2 is light. And look, that's not that light. You know, like look at how light my chest is. But remember, with mature skin, if we go too light, then it's going to get the little polka dots in our pores, and it's going to show more texture. And what I find is once I have my whole face on, I can kind of bronze my neck and make it all blend. I'd rather go darker than too light. And then this is quite dark. I might even go the next color down just for kicks and giggles. Okay, so here we go. If you watched my video in August, I talked about going to see the doctor in the northern part of North Carolina, up in the Raleigh-Durham area. I've seen his work in person. It's very lovely. He only really specializes in the lower face. I guess he can do eyes too, but he talks most people out of eyes because he always says, just do the lower face and you can come back for eyes another time. Let's just work on one area at a time so that what you're having done is not too jarring to people. And I'm like, makes sense. That does make sense. So I went to see him, and remember, he was really weird with me, which that wasn't a deterrent. I'm not going to him because he was weird. I mean, he felt like a little bit like, I don't know. He just felt, I have to be careful because I hurt someone's feelings last time when I said he's on the spectrum. But it felt like a little bit like he doesn't have good bedside manner, okay? Because he said to me, he took a pencil, he took like a pen or a pencil, and he went, I've never seen anything like that in my whole career. And granted, this man's in his late 60s, maybe early 70s. Yes, I have this little weird pocket here. It's hereditary. My mom had it, my grandma had it. I started getting it around 37, 38. I remember because my sister went, what's on your face? And I was like, what? And it was these little pockets starting, now I'm 55. So imagine. And he was just really weird about it. And he he kind of pulled my face and went like that. And he's like, well, we can get rid of it a little bit, and I'm just like, so I had mentioned something in a video. And my injector, I have 2 injectors in Charlotte. One is Courtney PA. She's on Instagram, Courtney PA. She's one of the top 100 injectors in the country. And then she trained Bella. Bella is a nurse practitioner who went into injectables. And sometimes when Courtney's not available, I'll see Bella. And honestly, they're both phenomenal. They're both phenomenal. And so Bella reached out to me and she said, you really should see Dr. Augenstein. This is the doctor that they work under, because he's so good. He's so conservative. And it sounds like your guy is maybe not the right one. And she's like, do you mind if I ask what you were going to have done and what the cost? And I said he was going to do lower face only. and neck, lower face and neck, and it was like $9,700. And she's like, okay, I'll get back to you. She went to talk to Dr. Augenstein, and he said, I guarantee you, if it's $9,700 and they're doing twilight sleep, which is just some pills you take, he said they're pulling skin. That is not a deep plane facelift. Now, the guy in Raleigh is board certified, but Dr. Augenstein is double board certified. And I'm like, I probably owe it to myself to go see Dr. Augenstein. So I went to see him. They took really good pictures of me. And what I didn't tell him is that I had really, really researched this. Okay, I didn't mention that to him or Bella. And let me do more on my face while I talk to you. So I had done a TikTok because I was so frustrated with this. Like, yeah, you can pull me, but what's going to get rid of this? And when you pull me, am I going to get that kind of like Joker mouth, you know, that kind of slee stack mouth? And I did a TikTok about it, and everybody was stitching it. Dermatologists, estheticians, injectors, plastic surgeons, and people were stitching the video and giving me advice. And that's why I went to TikTok, because I knew I would get the most diverse advice quickly. And then I could really research all the advice and decide for myself what the best advice was. Well, there was one guy, and I cannot remember if he was up in Chicago. He's a double board certified plastic surgeon. And out of everyone who talked to me, he is the only one who said that this little area, he agreed, he's like, it's hereditary, not everyone gets that. He says it's buccal fat. Now, it's not the buccal fat remover that all the young women are doing right now in Hollywood, and they're, you know, getting those deep sunken in model cheeks where they look like they're starving, and why would you do that? It's not that. It's this little teeny pocket right here of buccal fat, and they have to remove it from the inside of your mouth. Well, then it also leaves extra sag, right? Because maybe you don't have this. You might have, you know, a little bit of sag here, but you don't have the buccal pad that's going to come out and then leave excess skin. So he's like, there's, you know, various ways we can address that. So when I went to Dr. Augenstein said, here's what we're going to have to do right here. He's like, I'm going to have to go in on the inside of your mouth, remove that buccal fat. And then I'm going to CO2 laser you down here to tighten that up. And then I am going to have to take the tiniest bit of your own fat and fat graft it right here, because you are going to be left with some little tiny hollows from taking out that buccal fat. And I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about, because that's exactly what this other man advised. So right then I was just totally drawn to him. And then he said, you don't need a brow lift. Like so many plastic surgeons tell you you need a brow lift. But look, my forehead, while I have wrinkles, my forehead's really smooth. And if you pull up my brow, like what is that? Half a millimeter, 1 millimeter? I don't need a brow lift. So he said, you don't need a brow lift. And he's like, and your under eyes are really good. He's like, you just need a little bit of fat grafting right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with PRF, which is the microneedling, and we're going to tighten all this up. And then we're going to take a little bit of your body fat and we're going to just put a tiny bit. He's like, I'm talking 3 cc's, like the tiniest bit right here to help smooth you out. And I'm like, cool. He's like, you do need upper bleph. So he's going to, you know, he's going to take out excess skin here, but he's not taking any skin out of my lower eye. He's just going to do the PRF microneedling and then do a little fat grafting. So already he's telling me what I want to hear. Then I said, oh, by the way, this eyebrow's higher and goes out more and this one's not. Is there a way to kind of, and he's like, Michelle, you don't want to get into that. You don't want to get into the nitpicky, I have to be perfectly symmetrical. He's like, no, we can fix that with maybe a tiny bit of Botox out here or makeup. But he's like, we're not going to do that. So I liked that. I liked that because he's not trying to overdo, right? And then he talked about, you know, the lower face, the neck. He showed me where the scars were going to be, which if you don't know, they put scars right here at the temple. They do it all around the ear and they do it back here to pull that neck. Now, the great thing is like you can see in my neck, I have these bands, right? It's probably from tech neck, looking down as an artist my whole life, looking down as a professional makeup artist. I was a commercial illustrator for 3 years and just sun damage. So what I was telling my daughter, I'm like, babe, I'm not trying to look 30. But, you know, he's going to pull this extra skin and I'm going to have a smooth neck, but I'm still going to have sun damage in these lines. And that's okay with me. That's okay. The whole point of all this is to pick up sag. I'm pretty happy with how I'm aging because my daughter's real grossed out by all of this. And I've shown her a couple photos and I've showed Rob a couple photos of what this is going to look like the first couple days because I don't want them to, you know, be terrified when they see me because you do kind of look like a monster the first couple days. You got stitches all over your eyes. You look a little bit like Frankenstein. So I'm kind of trying to prepare them. So he said to me, Dr. Augenstein said to me, he's like, you know, after we got done talking about everything, he's like, you know, we're not trying to make you look 30 again. I go, yeah, no, I don't want that. He's like, you'll look like a woman in her 50s, but you'll look really soft and rested. And I'm like, bingo, this is it. This is my guy. I knew it right away. Plus, I trust Courtney and Bella because they both, you know, are top injectors and, you know, they work with him. He sends them, you know, to tons of education and, you know, he's all about education. So this is why I selected him. So after I met with him, you know, then you're ushered into the finance part, right? And so Alex is the coordinator. She's lovely. The whole staff is lovely. There's no like snarky, there's no like receptionist looking at you. I've been in places like that, especially in Beverly Hills. You're so judged the minute you come in the door. There is none of that at Dr. Augenstein's. Everyone is just so nice and so lovely. And I said, I'd really like to see more before and afters of his work. And she's like, yeah, we'll get those to you. You know, we have to get permission, you know, from all the women. And you would be shocked how many women do not give permission. They don't want anyone in their life to know they're having surgery. I want everyone to know because I don't want it to be a mystery. And I don't want you to think like, oh, she just used a really good neck cream. You know, I want to be completely open and transparent with you. And I know some of you are probably judging me like, oh, she doesn't need it. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs plastic surgery. We want it. So my advice to women is if anyone, especially, it's more on TikTok, but if anyone says you don't need it or you should age gracefully or I'm unfollowing you because you're getting surgery, my question is, or my advice is you go for the next 2 years. For the next 2 years, I want you to film yourself and post it publicly for 2 years straight, every day for 2 years. I want you to post a video or picture of yourself. And then in 2 years, come back to me and tell me how you're feeling about naturally aging, okay? Because I call BS on it. So this is why I'm doing it. This is my job, right? And one thing I would encourage you to do is if you're on Instagram or TikTok, go to the Maybelline page. I'll tell you why. Maybelline reached out to work with me in December, and I was kind of shocked, kind of floored, because I had been on Maybelline maybe just a month before, especially on Instagram. And I scrolled back for 2-3 years. It took a long time to scroll that long, but I really wanted to see like, is there anyone in the mature community representing big brands like this, especially drugstore? Because you'll see Ilia or Glossier or Westman Atelier. You'll see smaller brands that can make really good, quick decisions in-house. You'll see those brands using mature women, but you do not see the big, huge brands. And when you see L'Oreal use mature women for their Age Perfect line, and I applaud them. They use women like Andie MacDowell. Who did Diane Keaton? I can't remember. Diane Keaton did, I think, L'Oreal. And then we have Helen Mirren and I don't even know. Was it Violetta Davis? I don't know. Anyway, there's a bunch of mature gals that represent L'Oreal, and that is exciting. but they're actresses. They're actresses that have access to every skin treatment, top of the line skincare, tweaks here and there, surgeries, you know. That's not fair comparison. We're the average women, and we want to see average women representing us. And so I was shocked that Maybelline wanted me to represent their Express Brow pencil. And you know, I love that. I've been talking about that pencil for 5-6 years. I've been using it. I love it. It's really the only drugstore brow pencil that I absolutely love, and I send people to buy it. And so they wanted me to represent them. And I did a series of videos, some that I edited myself, some that I submitted to them, and they edited it. And it just popped up the other day on TikTok. I'm like, what? I'm on Maybelline's huge TikTok page, and even bigger, I'm on their Instagram. So what I would ask you to do if you're on TikTok or Instagram is go to Maybelline and applaud them for using Mature Woman, because I don't look at this as like, oh, yay, I got picked up by a big brand and they gave me a really nice paycheck. I don't look at it that way. The way I look at it is, this is a huge victory for our mature demographic. Like, this is us. I am us. I am all of us. I am out here representing our demographic. And so when I saw that, I wasn't thinking of myself. I was thinking of all of us, the possibilities, you know? So it's really exciting. So if you want to see more of that, you have to let Maybelline know that you applaud this, that you are happy to spend money with them if they're going to actually represent you. But if it's just silent, you know, if they do a video of me and it's just kind of silent and the numbers aren't great, you know what that shows them? See? This demographic doesn't care about Maybelline. We're going to go after Gen Z. So we have to support mature women when we see them on social media, because this is a fight. This is a real fight to try to be at the same table with all these young women, okay? Okay, so we have on the concealer. I just did my brows. Let's do eyes. So anyway, I go into Alex's office. I know I'm all over the place. Hang with me. I go into Alex's office and she's like, okay, the surgery is, and he's giving me a little bit of a discount because I've been a patient there for 2 years. That's when I did Botox in my 30s. I stopped all Botox at 2006. I was done. I hated the look. I hated looking frozen. I stopped it, and then I only went back to it 2 years ago because I found Courtney on Instagram, and I thought her work was so pretty. Everyone just looked soft. No one looked frozen. Now, some of you like the frozen look, and that's okay. You get to do you. I don't like the frozen look, especially because I'm a real expressive person, right? So the frozen look doesn't work on me. And when I had that dermatologist, she did my Dysport in August, and I just blindly trusted her because she was young and beautiful, and she has, you know, the Duke University on the wall, and she herself is just so pretty. And I just blindly trusted that she would do a good job. And she said, your face will move. I don't believe in frozen face. Well, she did not a good job on me. It's not that she did bad work. She does good work. She just is not my style, right? It's like if you love conservative Ralph Lauren, you're not going to go buy Alexander McQueen and vice versa. It's just, it comes down to style. And I don't like her style. I absolutely hated how she did my eyebrows for 3 months. I hated my face. But I showed up every day anyway because I had to. And when I look at Mob Beauty, you know, I developed M93 lipstick from Mob Beauty because of you guys. You wanted a plummy, rosy mauve. And so I came up with M93 and I love it. I don't know where it is right now, but they did a professional photo shoot with me and I hate the photos. I hate them because my brows are like this. They're like, oh, I hate the photo. And they didn't do anything wrong. It was a great photographer. I just hated my face. So, you know, this is a gamble you take. Even with this surgery I'm having done, there's no guarantee. Hopefully I'm still going to look like me. You know, I really hope I'm still going to look like me, but there is no guarantee. So see, I'm putting this little pencil. Hey, come here, baby. Tate's doing great, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for the prayers. He's doing really well. I take him on Monday to get his stitches out, and then he can take the cone off because he's going crazy with that cone. I'm probably also going to have to board him for a couple days when I come home because I cannot have him jumping up on the bed. He has to be with me. I'm mommy. He has to be with me. He's obsessed with me, and I can't have him jumping on me or licking my face, you know, after having massive surgery. Okay, so she said, okay, we need 20%. She said, are you financing it? I said, no, I've been working my butt off for a year to save up money for this. So I'm paying with, you know, a check. So she said the surgery was going to be like $29,000. I paid $6,000 as a deposit. And then yesterday I just went and took the final payment in a cashier's check, and it's a done deal. It's a done deal. This is happening February 1st. So they want me there at 6 in the morning. I live over an hour away, so we're going to have to leave 4:30 in the morning. They want me there at 6. Surgery's at 7. I stay the whole day and the whole night because I'm going under general anesthesia. They have a surgical facility on the premises, and I will have a night nurse with me all night long. And then my husband will pick me up the next day, so I'm there 24 hours, which I love. I love that. And he'll check with me the next morning and make sure everything looks good. And then I go home. Now, I sleep on the second level, and they said, ooh, you can't really take the stairs. And I said, well, then I'm going to have to order, you know, sofa bed for downstairs. And she's like, okay, listen, you don't have to do that. She's like, if your husband helps you up the stairs and you have to look up, don't look down. Just as you're going upstairs, just look up. She said, you can take the stairs, but you have to stay upstairs. No coming up and down. You have to stay up there. I said, not a problem. My husband will take phenomenal care of me. He's such a good husband. He's such a good daddy. So that's the plan. I don't know how many days it takes to really heal before you can go downstairs. I'm thinking 3 or 4 days. It's not like I'm going to be doing cardio, and I have to sleep sitting up. Ideally, they want you in a recliner, but I'm not going to buy a recliner. I mean, does anyone buy recliners anymore? I feel like recliners are not our generation, but I do have a wedge pillow, a big wedge pillow, and I have Tempur-Pedic body pillows on each side of me. So it'll almost be like I'm on a recliner in bed. So I'm a little nervous about that. I'm told by many people that you don't sleep well the first few weeks, you know, because you can't sleep on your face. But I already have this dumb helix up here, so I can't sleep on this side anyway. So I think that's my eyes today. I'm just going to do that. So that's the plan, everyone. That's the plan. It's a done deal. This is happening. I have a total peace about it. I feel really good about Dr. Augenstein. You know, he is extremely conservative. Of all the women who he sent me, he sent me average women. He sent very average looking women in their 50s and 60s. And he agreed that most women he was showing me did not take good care of their skin. He's like, they kind of woke up one day and went, oh crap, I feel really unattractive. And so they went to him to fix it. Now they're into skincare. Now they're into SPF, but they weren't like the first, you know, 5 decades of their life, and it showed. He's like, Michelle, the difference between you and these women is you've actually taken really, really good care of your skin your whole life. I can tell, you know, you don't have that much sun damage for someone who, you know, grew up in the 70s and 80s. So he's like, you're going to look, you know, even that much better because, you know, you look better than they do to start with, you know. And he wasn't like trying to puff me up or be charismatic. He didn't mean it like that. What he was saying is, some of these women who come to me, they're kind of rough looking, but he didn't want to say that because that's not professional. So he was just saying, you're not going to be super like blown away by these before and afters, but you will see that I took a woman and I made her look more rested, more beautiful. And he did a beautiful job on all these women. You know, I did go to, I did go to do a consult with Dr. Karam, who does the vertical restore. If you don't know who the vertical, just type in vertical restore. You can either type it here on YouTube or on Instagram. In my opinion, Dr. Karam is one of the most gifted surgeons for facelifts in the whole country. But he has trademarked this vertical restore. He can charge a lot more money than most surgeons. He teaches other surgeons. They pay him and they go and they learn it. So it's like a trademarked thing, right? He does beautiful work. The women who go to him are beautiful to begin with, and then he makes them look like 35. So I looked into it because I was like, I only want him. He's the best. This is my face. This is how I make a living. The vertical restore is about $65,000, and that does not include eyes. So that added another 30. So I was looking at $98,000 to do my face, my neck, my eyes. And I also had to pay for flight. I also had to pay for a nurse the first few days because I'd be out of town, you know, convalescing on my own, a hotel room for what, a week at least, 10 days. And then I'd have to fly back home. No. And I wasn't going to finance it. I really believe in paying for it, full blown, just paying for it. I did not want to finance that. And I could not justify paying $100,000. Now, if you're wealthy, $100,000 is nothing. But for me, I mean, I have no business spending that kind of money on my face until my house is paid off, until Gracie is through college. You know what I mean? That's not fair to my family. So I had to back off. I had to say, oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was $98,000. No, I'm not interested in going further. The next step would have been a consult with him over Zoom. And I'm like, no. So anyway, it all happened the way it was supposed to. That's when Bella reached out to me because she heard me complaining about this guy up in Raleigh. And I'm just so glad I met with Dr. Augenstein. So my question to most of you out there who have had work done is, you know, what do I need to do? What do I need to brace myself for? One thing they told me when I was there yesterday for my pre-op is I have to stop all vitamins and supplements. No herbal teas, no vitamins. I'm fine with my estradiol patch. She said I can still wear my estradiol patch. This is a surgical nurse. And I can still take my daily progesterone. But I have to get off all vitamin D, all vitamin K, all vitamin E, all vitamin A. We didn't even go over skincare, but I sent them a message last night like, should I stop tretinoin because it's a vitamin A derivative? Should I stop vitamin C on my face? Like, you know, what should I do? She said it's okay to take a probiotic. So, you know, I'm going to be taking probiotics up to the surgery because I want a real healthy gut biome. And, you know, she weighed me and, you know, I'm in my low 130s, but back when I was a health coach, I was like I was 10 pounds lighter. So I'm 10 pounds heavier. I can definitely see it in my face, but also having a round face makes me look younger. So this is why I haven't pushed real hard to diet. A lot of doctors will tell you to lose weight before you have facial surgery. But being that I'm 55, my body's really happy between 130, 135, and I'm 5'5". So I'm like a size 6. My body's real happy here. Even through the holidays, my weight didn't really go up. When I eat, you know, real lean and lots of vegetables for a few days, my weight might go down a couple pounds, but my body's real happy where it's at right now. So I feel like even if I lose a little weight the first few days, because, you know, you're not eating much, my weight can come down a little bit, and then that'll be perfect. I can kind of just resume healthy eating from there, and my face will be really swollen, I know, for a while. I mean, I know it can take months for the swelling to go down, but Again, I already have a full face, so I don't think it's going to be that much of a stretch, you know, that I'm going to be all swollen. But if there's anything I'm forgetting, I would love some advice. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to powder my face. I'm real happy with how my face looks today. I have a Zoom today. Today's Friday, the 13th. I have a Zoom today with Mob Beauty. They have some new highlighters coming out next week that I'm real excited about. And here they are. They're so pretty. They're beautiful highlighters for the cream highlighters for the face that have hyaluronic acid in them. But I can't talk too much about them right now because they're not released yet. They will be next week. I am trying this new blush that's coming out from the brand Half Magic. Now, Half Magic is the brand that was developed by Donnie Davy. She is the department head for the show Euphoria. I do not watch Euphoria because it's a lot of like sex and not violence, it's drug use and language and sex, and that I just don't watch those kind of shows. But you know, Euphoria is wildly popular. Gracie's not allowed to watch it either. But she's a little grossed out by sex scenes, and there's some sex scenes. So she's like, no, I don't need to watch it, even though she absolutely loves Zendaya. She loves a lot of the actresses on the show. There's a trans actress on the show she really likes. She loves the makeup. She loves all of it. But she's not into sex scenes. She's a little grossed out by that, which I'm glad, because at 15, I was not grossed out by sex scenes, and she is, so I'm happy about that. Look at this blush. This is so pretty. It has a built-in shimmer, but it doesn't look disco-y. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot on, but that's because it's kind of a light color. Not pretty. I like that. Now, Anastasia sent me some new lip products that they're coming out with, so let's try them on. They have brand new, it's soft matte. Ooh, it's a square pencil so it doesn't roll around. I love that. Oh, wow. Good for you, Anastasia. This is gorgeous. This color is called Mocha. Oh my God, is that my new favorite pencil? And I love that it's not gonna roll around. You know what I forgot? I forgot my waterline. You know, I always do my waterline. Anyway, I'm not gonna take too much time up because I just really wanted to update everyone. Now, I'm going to do my best the next couple weeks to try to bang out extra YouTubes so that while I'm home healing, I'll have some scheduled YouTubes that can come up. But if you want to follow my progress and journey, that's all going to be on YouTube Shorts. So subscribe, right? Subscribe so you can catch my YouTube Shorts when they come out. Okay, this is called Hush Rose. They call it a satin matte. Matte and satin lipstick. It is so... It's so smooth looking. Oh my gosh. All right, they have glosses too. Let's do a gloss. Gold? Let's see what gold looks like. Literally is gold. Should we do it? I think we should. You're seeing it right here. I have not tried it. Everything smells like vanilla. I really like vanilla. I feel like I need the tiniest bit of mascara on my under eyes, or I just don't quite recognize myself. I'm not doing any bronzer today. Can you believe that? Who am I? So I like to put mascara on my lower lashes, and then this is what I do. I take a dry spoolie and I brush the tips off. So that way my base of my lashes are dark, but the tips are not. And if I see any on a tip, I'll pinch it off, because it's when the lower lashes touch underneath the eye that we get smeary and flaky, right? There. So now I have lower lashes done. And it's not gonna make a mess. Okay, now the only thing is, do I need to do bronzer on the neck? I feel like I do. I feel like I need a little bronzer. But you know, from back here, it's not terrible, right? But yeah, my neck and my chest are, so you know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and I really appreciate the prayers for Tate. If you could transfer those prayers over to me, I'm really gonna need them. Like I said, I feel a total peace about it, but it doesn't make it less nerve-wracking because someone's cutting your face open. And I'm grossed out by scars. I am grossed out. I get real queasy and sick when, you know, someone takes blood from my veins or anything. I get real grossed out. I get real queasy. That's why, you know, God did not give me a desire to go into medical. You know, I'm just not cut out for it. And I'm definitely going to have scars here, all around the ear, back here. I think there's a little one that goes right under there. I'm gonna have a scar on the inside of my mouth because they're taking out this little buccal pad right here. So, yeah, I'm grossed out by it. I'm real queasy about it. But it goes with the territory. And what I don't want to see anymore is when I'm in videos and I go to reach for something and I'm all like I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. It's just, it's too hard. Aging is hard enough. I think most women can admit it, that aging's tough. You know, vanity speaking, aging is tough. But when you have to be on camera 6 days a week, and I acknowledge that I choose to be here, but when your mission is bigger than yourself, it's why I show up. I show up to help women. I don't show up for me. If I was showing up for me, I'd probably only be here 2 days a week, period, and not even on YouTube. Like, I would not put this much time and effort into this if this wasn't important to me, if I wasn't trying to build community, if I wasn't trying to advance that our demographic wants to be seen and catered to, because we're the ones with money. You know, it's just what I just couldn't understand 3 years of Maybelline and not a single woman over 40. Not even someone young and beautiful at 42 was on their page. You know, so that's why if you could go to Maybelline and applaud them for having a mature woman on their page, you're doing that for all of us. It's not about me, Michelle. It's about all of us. We need representation. We need it. You know, and I applaud them for reaching out to me and putting me on their page, but how about more women? How about let's see an Asian woman in her 60s? Let's see a beautiful Black woman with silver hair. Can we start seeing older people? Even, I don't even care if they use men. Use a man in his 50s who's got silver hair. Let's get away from this youth-obsessed culture, because we can be young and cute too in our own way, right? Like, I feel super young and cute like this. I don't feel 55. I'm proud of 55, but I don't feel 55. So we have got to really demand mature representation. And then when we see it, we need to applaud. I already applauded Hourglass yesterday for putting beautiful Julianne Moore on the cover of all of their new lipsticks they just sent me. I would have done those today, but I really wanted to try Anastasia. But you know, she's a mature woman and a redhead. So we have to really applaud and support the brands that are using mature women, okay? Anyway, thank you. I'll be back a bunch of times before the 1st, and I will document everything in my YouTube shorts and on TikTok as well. And then if you could just, you know, say a prayer for skilled hands and quick healing, I'd appreciate it. Any advice that you personally have for me because you went through it, I would love that in comments, or you can DM me, okay? Bye for now.